gamers, welcome to Super On Point Reviews. My name's Steve, and today I'll be going over the X Plus Large Monster Series Hedorah Land version. I grabbed the wrong box for this guy. Hold on a second. Let's just look at like that's an Ultraman package. Which, if you guys don't know who this is the Smog monster from Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Godzilla vs. Smog monster, if you know the stateside title. And this is the, well, technically second iteration of the monster you see in the film, because there's the tadpole version, then you got the landform or the landfall version, or Mr. Froggy here. Then you get the flying version, and then the full upright version. Which, this is actually my personal favorite version of Hedorah. I always really liked it when he first kind of came on the land. I was trying to smoke the smoke stacks at the right before he fights Godzilla for the first time. And I kind of, I really want to make that a thing with this guy. Have like a little smoke machine hooked up underneath it. That'd be sweet, but way too freaking time consuming. But that's the main reason I decided to pick this guy up. That and also I don't really have a great Hedorah in my collection, because I know there's some of the Bandai vinyls that are pretty cool. The only one I have is the Creation, which it's a fine vinyl, but the seam line on it is like hideous. But outside of that, it looks pretty good. Well, this guy, I'm hoping anyways, definitely lives up to the X Plus name and pretty much be the centerpiece for my little Hedorah figure. So anyways, without further ado, for his packaging, since we unboxed him over up on the Geek Chest, so if you guys are ever interested in seeing us unbox some of the figures we get, because most of the figures I unbox over there, a lot of them don't make it up on here, or at least anytime soon. And based on a lot of the popularity of some of the stuff is how sometimes I figure out what I'm going to review. The only thing I haven't reviewed yet that I really need to is that Soul Shigoken Gypsy Danger. Getting to it, trying to get Arnez over to do that one. But anyways, moving this guy along and promoting our other channel. For its packaging, you just get some nice spread on the side here with this little light beam with the wording on the side here. Not quite 100% certain what this is. I imagine it's his name, but you got the Hedorah Landfall version, PX Preview exclusive. Godzilla copyrights 2017. This side of the package just tells you it's the Toho series. Back of the package, more the same, but with some, well, actually I can understand all of that. All of the legal mumbo jumbos I get on this package. But anyway, since he's already opened up out of his cardboard prison, let's just get into him. Alright, so now that we have Hedorah not next to his cardboard prison anyways, first and foremost, you're going to have to attach his tail out of the packaging, which is pretty simple. Right here would be where the joint's at. Well, not joint, where the socket's at. And you're going to need to heat that up with a hairdryer. Or hot water does the trick as well. Heat gun's a little more scary, but you can also use that. That's actually what I generally use. But you just heat up the socket right here and just pop the tail in. You don't actually want to heat up the tail section because it makes it a little bit hard to get in. And if you guys have a hard trouble pushing it into there, put the tail in the freezer for a little bit so it's a little harder and it gives you a little bit more oomph when you're trying to shove it in. One other thing I want to point out too is up at the top here, there's some seam lines. With the worst for mine being over here on this side, because I imagine this is where when the suit actor got in, this part goes over top of them, so that's why there's the gapping here. But also, it's probably just easier to assemble the figure like that. But not 100%, but just wanted to point that out for you. Most everything else is kind of fairly well hidden, minus where you insert the tail in. Sticks out a little bit too, but nothing too crazy. Alright, so now getting into a closer look at Hedorah's details, they are disgusting. Disgustingly awesome. Like, for the eyes, those things look like freaking-tastic. Like, I love the nice little gloss finish over top of them, and they look fairly accurate to what you see in the movie. And just, like, for how, like, matte finish and gray this figure looks, like, the eyes definitely give it really something to focus on with its nice, shiny, clean finish. And moving on to his garbage pile face, where you have all these little excess sludge kind of just hanging off of him. They kind of look like little mini tentacles. Or like little feelers, because that's really all this guy is, just like an amalgamation of junk. On the undersection here too, where you get its little suction mouth that's kind of shifted off to the side a bit, front of the stomach, you can kind of see, I'm not 100% certain how the suit actor actually gets into this, but you have the chest section here, which almost like, I feel like that would pop open, but I think that'd be a little bit too complicated. He probably just comes in through the back. But let me know in the comment section below. Really interesting stuff to find out. But Definitely detailing looks really nice, done in a dark gray smoky finish for his hands, which you can actually articulate a little bit. They do go a little bit up and down, but I'm not sure if it's just this version. I don't really want to do it too much because I don't really want to cause a whole lot of paint rub, but you get a little bit of posability there. But for the detailing, same kind of smoky gray, but it kind of transitions into a little, it kind of looks more like a green shade towards the front of the figures, like a grayish green. But you kind of see it on the ends here, handing off as well for some of the slime. Same for his waist, he has what kind of looks like a Tarzan cloth covering up his important bits, where you have the sludge kind of flowing downwards to form his feet. For the back section, where you get pretty much all the coloring for the kaiju, which is really off yellow, which again gives it this more disgusting kind of like bulb, like he looks infectious, which is great. And you can see some of the bumps on the back section here, which I do like how he just has like, well, it kind of looks like giant sores just on his back, just kind of coming off to the side here, like something else could possibly be forming from this section. Never really amounts to anything, but I could see like some toxic wings just pop out of there. He could have just flew off or something. But really nice attention to detail for the suit. You can see some of the yellowing coming down the back here as well, with some more indentation. Because his back looks more like dirt in a way, while this looks more like hanging seaweed for the majority of the sections here. And also has his little tail here, which is actually fairly long. On the bottom, you can kind of see where the suit section is. And he has a little bit of segmenting here and there. Except when you get like close to the rear is where it just kind of tapers off into just a more consistent pattern. And on the bottom of his feet, you get some copyright information. And again, quickly for the articulation, hand can go a little bit up and down. That's really about it. Not really. You're not really buying these X Pluses for their posability, are you? And for some quick comparisons, before I run up to grab some X Pluses for some comparisons, I already have down here some SH Monstars figures with King Hedorah and the Triple K Godzilla 1989. And here he is with some X Plus figures. Well, technically 30 centimeter X Plus figures with the 1962 Godzilla and the 1975 Godzilla. And here is next to some Bandai vinyls, which I think that's the 1971 Godzilla. I'm pretty sure. And the Bandai Creation Smog Monster. And here is some random Pacific Rim figures with the Diamond Select Gypsy Avenger and the NECA Battle Damage Knifehead. So overall for the X Plus Large Monster Series Hedorah Land version, this is going to be a pretty quick video, I think. But this guy is fantastic. If you guys love Hedorah and love this version in particular, it's a pretty easy buy for you guys, with the detailing being great, paint job's good. Really makes me wish I had Godzilla to go along with him, because he's just going to kind of stand next to Gabber for a while. I just realized for all like my 25 centimeter stuff, it's all like the kaijus nobody likes. Well, it's like 50-50 because technically Destroy and Biollante are 25 centimeters. But then again, I also have Gabber and him, which I know a lot of people like Hedorah, but usually, at least from what I hear in comment sections, he's generally lower on the totem pole. But I still appreciate this kaiju, and again, if you guys were looking into picking up a Hedorah, this is a really awesome version to acquire. But what do you guys think? If you guys picked up this Hedorah, what's your favorite X Plus Hedorah? Is Captain Planet just more your thing? Please let us know in the comments. We'll closer picture this guy on our Facebook. You want to click the link in the description below. We also have our Patreon account, exclusive prints for the channel, also down in the description. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.